Hello and welcome to BNTV episode 5. This week I am joined by former boxer, current manager, promoter. He's got some big opinions and some really strong views that are worth listening to, Spencer Fearon. This week, first of all, we'll look back on the weekend's action. It was a massive bill in Sheffield. Kell Brook came through a gut check and got the win against Carson Jones. There's all other sorts of things going on there. This week coming up as well, you've got the infamous David Haye, Derek Chisora. We get Spencer's take on that as well. So start with Kell Brook. It was going so smoothly for 6 rounds, and then the wheels started to come off, and Carson Jones nearly pushed him off the edge. What's your take on it, Spence?
I don't think it was a case like Carson Jones pushed him over the edge. We hear stories of like his preparation wasn't that well. You've heard after the fight that Eddie Hearn was saying like certain things have to be addressed, and I think they need to be addressed. There's and that was the main problem. You got to think like with somebody like Kell Brook, who's so multi-talented, can throw every punch in the book, so skilled. He's not actually a Ingle type fighter. You have to look at it how Ingles fight. They're more loose-limbed and stuff. It was only when he started to get hurt in the later rounds, like round 8 and that, he reverted back to type, where his nose was broken and was bleeding profusely. The thing that really did worry me a little piece is that I think his corner, and there's no disrespect to any of the Ingles, because I love them guys, they're good guys. But the panic in the corner, there's like, right, because I think even they bought into the hype a little piece. Yeah. Like, right, you know what? Well, he's done and dusted. He's the man right now. He's not the man. And that got proven. You got to ask yourself, if Carson Jones was able to hit you with right hands constantly, and Carson Jones said that, look how open he is to right hands in the build-up to the fight, wouldn't you just say, well, you're kind of telling me your game plan, I'm going to kind of address that a little bit. Yeah, I mean, there was no block of the right hand. There was no counter punching back off of the shots that he was throwing at him, and that to me was a little bit worrying. I watched that. I was ooh.
What do you think about the fact that he did come through it, because he went through a massive? It was a big scare. There's periods during those mid rounds where he thought that he may not make the final. At least he showed he got a lot of toughness, though, didn't he?
Yeah, a lot of toughness against somebody that he was meant to beat.
Yeah.
Do you understand what I'm trying to say? Yeah. So those things don't impress me. It doesn't. No disrespect to you, Kel. That doesn't impress me, because you was meant to beat Carson Jones. If it was somebody like, oh well, he was in there and he was fighting maybe a Timothy Bradley, or he's fighting a Devin Alexander, because if he was fighting those guys, he would be the underdog, and it would be like a justified underdog. And then he came through tough moments and survived. Then we say, yeah, all credit in the world. But by that, I'm saying, I've got to say no, and I'm not hating on Kell Brook. I'm telling you how it is. Kell, you need to adjust certain things, man, because you got so much talent and so much ability, and you are meant to be the next superstar that comes out of this country.
Do you think that a rematch with Carson Jones is necessary?
No, because a rematch, Kell will beat him easy. Yeah, I really do think Kell will beat him easy. That fight has taken a lot out of both of them. That was a hard fight. Do you need to go back? I remember Joe Kazaki telling me, why do I need to rematch you when I've beaten you? He's beaten him. Move on to other things, man. You don't need to prove nothing. He's done. To the critics or to the haters, where we say, yeah, give him a rematch. You don't need to give him a rematch. Yeah, I mean, when the fight was going, I was on the phone to one of my mates, Babatunde Ajayi, the trainer, and he was saying to me, like, watch from round 8, watch Carson Jones come on, watch Carson Jones come on. And I was saying, shut up. And from round 7, he took over the fight. And it was because Kell had that humongous lead in the beginning of the fight, what made him win the fight. Yeah. Because one judge had it a draw, and he was justifiable in having a draw. But the overall picture, come on, man. Kell Brook did win the fight, but he needs to adjust certain things and come back bigger, because that didn't really impress me.
I mean, he's also been through a tough fight. Remember Barry McGuigan? He had one Laporte before he went in with Pedrosa. Hatton had a few tough fights before. Do you think that's the kind of? Do you think that's enough before he then jumps into a world title, or do you think he, like Hearn was kind of was saying afterwards?
The one Laporte fight that Barry McGuigan had, yeah, at the time, one Laporte, great fight. One Laporte, in many people's eyes, beat Julio Cesar Chavez.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Yeah. So if you look on that in hindsight, you have to say, well, you know what, that was his fight, but it wasn't, because Barry McGuigan was in nowhere the kind of trouble. I mean, that fight was at fight 84. He was nowhere near that kind of trouble.
No.
It was no, and the thing is, Kell Brook, he did prove himself, and he proved his toughness. But Kell Brook, I want to know, what was Kell Brook's game plan in that fight?
Yeah.
I mean, what was your game plan? Was your game plan just to box and carry on boxing? You did show heart, you did show resolve, but you show heart and resolve against somebody that you was meant to beat. Yeah. Let's be real about it. You know what I mean? Now, you put me with someone against that we're not too sure, there's going to be something, well, we don't know. But either way, 10 out of 10 for the bottle that he showed, incredible bottle. And off of that, I rate you, because there's many guys that would have sat down and punked out, and he never punked out. So because of that, you got to salute him.
Definitely. Okay, just briefly, it looks like Alexander and Bailey could fight. If Alexander wins that, which would be what you'd think, if you get the chance to put, say you're Eddie Hearn, and you get the chance to put Kell Brook in with.
Why would I want to be? Why would I want to be Eddie Hearn? Why would I want to be him?
Say you know what I'm saying. Say you're. Would you put him in with Devon Alexander in his next fight? Yes or no?
Next fight, no. He needs another fight. In matter of fact, I believe that he could fight somebody a little bit easier.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Just for confidence, not, you know what I mean? Because that fight there, as much as sometimes those hard fights are confidence boosts, but they're also deterrence. And they could have taken something out of you physically. What, you know what I mean? So, not really. I don't think, I wouldn't rush him to fight Devon Alexander straight away. Yeah. There would be no rush.
Okay, also on that bill, I mean, there's some great fights. We had Derry Matthews and Gavin Rees, which was a fantastic fight. But further down the bill was Kal Yafai, who's fantastic amateur, just missed out on Olympic qualification this year. How far do you think he can go as a professional?
He's a highly skilled fighter, you know. Let's not be twisted about it. He's highly skilled, and he mastered the textbook computer scoring as an amateur. Yeah. How they developed to change this over to in a pro style, then I'm not too sure, because I didn't see his fight, and everybody beats Delroy Spencer. But the fact that he stopped Delroy Spencer, that's got to be pretty impressive with himself, and it's his first fight. I just hope that he doesn't think that he's above his station and learns the trade. It's so important to young fighters to actually learn your trade. Yeah. And by learning your trade, it is by watching fighters, watching guys studying the game. You know what I mean? Watch good little fights, especially because of his height and his range. If I was him, I'll be watching a lot of Poison Junior Jones. I'll be watching a lot because of his size. He's got long arms and that kind of athletic ability. That's who you should be watching. I wish him all the best. He's a good guy, man. Good guy. We speak a lot on Facebook.